Ghana has launched a voluntary repatriation program for its citizens to return home from South Africa. The first group of around 300 Ghanaians nationals departed from OR Tambo International Airport in Johannesburg on Wednesday. Another group is expected to leave on Sunday. Since the launch of the program, so far more than 800 Ghanaians have registered with the Ghana High Commission in South Africa for evacuation, following weeks of protests and rising fear amongst foreign nationals. When these recent protests and assaults against other Africans migrants started in South Africa, many people, including myself, were upset. We are upset at what South Africans were doing to other Africans. And I think people are still upset about the behavior of South Africans toward their fellow Africans. But this is really a time for us to sit down and reflect on what we as Africans want to accomplish together. Build the strongest continent and the greatest economy as we are capable of. So first, let's acknowledge and see that South Africans are frustrated over illegal immigration, unemployment, crime, and access to services. At the same time, you, South Africans, should know and understand that the solution is not to kick your fellow Africans out of your nation. The solution is now to physically and verbally assault them. You see, when something happened to us, we must know the reasons and eventually blame someone or some entity. In South Africa, you guys decided to blame the foreigners. It does not matter whether the foreigners are in your country legally or illegally. You want everyone out. That is okay. That's perfectly fine. It's your right to be angry and to want to have an answer to your problem. But you should have spoken to your governments or your representative to get these answers. The South African government has failed you and failed the whole continent. They should have told you the reason why these problems exist. They should have told you why there are crimes, why the unemployment is high. They should have given you the answer. But yet, they lie to you. And the two blame the foreigners. But to their surprise, other African countries are fighting back against the South African government for its failure to protect other Africans in South Africa. The South African government is going to pay this economically. South African companies are going to struggle to win contracts on the continent, resulting in significant financial losses. Ghana and other African countries are also fighting diplomatically. On Thursday, the Ghanaian government wrote a letter to the African Union requesting that the xenophobic attacks on Africans migrants in South Africa be discussed at the African Union Mid-Year Coordination Summit scheduled for Cairo on June 24th of this year. Ghana in this letter requested that the xenophobic attacks against African migrants be placed on the agenda of the event. This letter described the development as a threat to continental unity, regional integration, and the safety of migrants across Africa. The letter was signed by Ghanaian Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Ablakwa. The letter was addressed to the chairman of the commission. South Africa responded to this letter by saying that recent incidents involving confrontations with immigrants were in some sections of its communities and that authorities had moved quickly to contain the situation, protect residents and visitors. and investigate those responsible. And I know that this is not true. How can this be true when we have seen video clips after video clips, South Africans physically and verbally assaulting non-South Africans? And you have a citizen-led group in South Africa giving an ultimatum for illegal immigrants to be expelled by June 30th, which has raised a fear of a further violence against immigrants. South African government refused to be honest with its people in telling them the reason for the troubles, and at the same time could not protect other Africans from the abuse and violence in South Africa. It's really sad if a government, someone comes to your country and you fail to protect them. You say you have laws, you're not applying, or they only apply to non-citizens. Your people are out there chasing other Africans, looking for them, beating them. Yet, you're not saying or doing anything. This has been going on for a long time now. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, that's a lot. Let alone months after months. We have seen video Africans are mistreating other Africans. I know you are frustrated, but your frustration should be directed to your government, not your fellow human beings. Like I stated earlier, we always trying to find a boogeyman, but other Africans are not boogeymen. Go to your government. Ask them, why are they not applying laws, immigration laws? Why aren't they going after these people and deporting those who have overstayed their visa? I am 100% with you. If this is what we're doing, let's go to the authority and put our complaint to them. Have them expel these people. This is not your job. Because what are you doing? You are putting your government, your country against other African countries. That's not gonna play good for you at all. It is not gonna play good for you. The rest of the continent decide not to deal business with you, you are going to feel it. They decide to cut you off, you are going to feel it. So therefore, you don't want that. Yeah, you don't want international incident in your hands. These little incidents, we call it little incidents, can mount to an international incident. You South African don't want that. The Ghanaians don't want that. Nigerians don't want that. Nobody on the continent want this. All right, we want to work together. We want to we want to work together, and we want our countries to develop together. Yeah, unfortunately, not every leaders are doing what they're supposed to do. Not every country's leaders are doing what they're supposed to do. This is why some countries are moving forward. Some countries are still stuck. But this is not the fault of regular citizens. These people, they just want to survive. Citizens are issuing an ultimatum in South Africa. What is the South African government? Oh my goodness. We have to be honest with each other if we want to solve these problems. Ghana and other African leaders are doing a phenomenal job providing their citizens with means to leave South Africa safely, showing them that they matter, that their lives are their priority. This is one of the reasons we have governments, right? To provide protection and security for us. These incidents in South Africa should serve as a lesson for other African countries and their leaders. So please provide peace and security conditions for your people so your fellow citizens don't get spit on, laughed at, beaten, or humiliated in other countries. They deserve better. They deserve better from you. So please provide peace and security condition for them. This is it for the video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment in the comment section. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. I will see you in the next video.